Hi guys, welcome to Pax Europiana now from Montenegro. This is the goodbye video from this beautiful place. I have here this Sveti Stefan Island in the background and over there is Budva. It's a very beautiful bay. It's really amazing and I love it. And here I think it's good to make this conclusive statement which I plan now to do. It's about the thing what I call the Montenegro model. It's quite simple. Join the free world. Join the West, yeah? Be part of NATO, adopt the euro, and do every effort to join the European Union regulatory alignment with the European foreign policy, with the EU economic policy, and with the whole regulatory framework. All this Montenegro has done, and so ultimately joining the political union. It's quite simple. Joining the customs union, it's quite simple. And being part of the internal market, I think it's nice. It's nice for us Europeans. Montenegro is an asset. Obviously, you have much to do, the road safety, the whole infrastructure, but that can only be done inside the European Union. Cannot be done outside. So it's essential to join. And it's not bad. This is one of the most expensive hotels in Europe already. On some kind of Asian hotel group. Yeah? And the world is here, everybody is ready, and just we are somehow missing the opportunity, the window we have now with the Biden presidency to get it done. President Biden is a friend of Montenegro. He has overseen the independence. He has managed to make sure that Montenegro turns to the West. It was an American effort. Yeah? Over there is Italy. It was the time of the embargo. These are the ancient embargo breaking routes from Albania to Serbia in the time of the sanctions. Never forget that. It was then in 96, 97, the decisive moment when Montenegro broke away from the genocidal regime of Milosevic. They have chosen the West, freedom, the Adriatic Sea, America. And this should be rewarded. It must be rewarded. And it was rewarded in 2017 with the membership. It was rewarded by the euro. It was a political decision, not a coincidence. The euro was given to Montenegro and also to Bosnia for political reasons. Don't forget, it was a political reason to allow it to break away from the Serbian dinar, from the manipulation of Milosevic and later. And to have first the mark and then the mark, first in 99 and then in 2002, as a kind of symbol of its westward orientation. This was how it was done. It was a political choice to join the Western free world. Yeah? It was a political, very courageous thing to do. And they have done it. Yeah? And now it's beautiful. The whole world is investing. Budva is booming again. Yeah? It's quite amazing. And it was like this. It was very poor. It was the first time I remember on that island. I was sitting on that terrace. Yeah? I made the so-called Montenegro declaration with Mr. Vukatin from Serbia. He brought me here the first time to Montenegro. It was in May 2002. There was nobody there. We were walking that beach. And then I said we have to do Montenegro declaration when I was at the SME Union. And I made it then and I published it in my pamphlets and my publications on my website. And it was, of course, for the Serbs that didn't want to hear it. Montenegro independent, Montenegro with the euro, Montenegro also as a federal state in a federal European Union, and also Kosovo independent, obviously, and also a federal Serbia reformed and part of the West. That has not happened. But Montenegro did all it had to do. And I was sitting on that terrace drafting the Montenegro declaration with Mr. Vukatin, and I'm very proud about it. And okay, maybe they fired me for that in Brussels, or maybe for other things. But fine, I enjoy. And it was now coming to reality. Now I'm back here, I'm not at the same terrace, just here passing by on my road to Albania, the next country which is already in NATO and should be in EU. But it's now from 2002, it's almost 20 years. Next year it will be 20 years. 20 years ago I was sitting on that terrace with Mr. Vukatin talking about this, writing it up, distributing it to the EPP leadership, to everybody, to EDS, to SME Union and to everybody. I said Montenegro must be free, must be independent, must be fully recognized state, and so must Kosovo, and Serbia must be federalized and be part of the West. This is the way for peace, and still it's the same. And that's the Montenegro model, what I call all the time. Montenegro model. NATO has achieved. Took too long, but was achieved. Yeah? Of course, independence first, and then also the EU accession. But now Macron wants to postpone it for 2023 or later. He is very reckless in that one. And it's needed, what is needed is a German-Austrian support measure, like for Croatia. It was done in 2000, it was started actually 2006, yeah? And I was partly myself involved in these whole discussions with Senada at the time in 2002. Also Kovac, when he was a Brussels diplomat. Yeah? Later they became all very important and they took the power, and then some misbehavior. But nevertheless, they managed to get Croatia into the European Union, obviously with the help of Germany and Austria. And it was in our interest as well. And the same is now the logical continuation. Here is Croatia, you see over there, the Prevlaka, this is the island of Budva, but behind you see the Bay of Kota. I showed you all these videos, and now it's the moment to get also that beautiful part into the European Union and to be serious with that. Yeah. And here, I was sitting 2002, and I make now this video channel. I do write less, I do everything on Twitter now, but I make it very clear. This is now my Montenegro declaration for 2002 to 2021. Montenegro must be in the EU 2024. It's very clear, 20 and then 2 years after I was sitting here, to have a EU member country. This I make my mission, and this I call the EU to achieve. And this is absolutely doable and justified. So I honor this place. Yeah. Of course, Montenegro has a difficult history with sanction breaking, with the involvement in the war in Croatia, in Bosnia. But Montenegro has chosen the West. It has stood up to its own ghosts and the past. And it has made this important decision. It's today a country where the Albanians live in freedom, where the people the Bosnians live in freedom, the Serbs live in freedom. Everybody lives in freedom under the European law, and it works. And this is the thing which was not the case in 2002. A lot of insecurity and a lot of insecurity and instability. And by the way, always think these villages, these islands were built in order to be secure from the attack. There was no security ever here. It's now, because over there somewhere, there is the 6th Fleet, yeah, with the cruise missiles. And they can bring defense and justice. And this is what is needed, yeah. So here again, my call, much remains to be done. I am aware of it. Who is in the place? I'm absolutely aware of it. But it is already much achieved. And now the ultimate thing is EU membership, and then it will take another 20 years to get everything perfect. You know, there's so much to be done, so much history to be discussed, so much problems to be evaluated, so much crises then can be discussed for the next 600 years. But now it's important to show this leadership. And I call on the European Union, on this place, beautiful as it is, the Montenegro Declaration of 2021. I repeat my call for 2002. This is the way. Join the European Union. Join it now. Montenegro is ready. It's beautiful, and let's get going. And I'm going onwards now, onwards and upwards on this road towards the beautiful areas of Podgorica, and then I will show you also the Albanian part of Montenegro. It's also very interesting. And so now the Montenegro Declaration, NATO and now EU, it's time to get it done. Thanks a lot for listening. Thanks for joining. Pax Europiana. More to come.